Rich Dad's Cashflow Quadrant Video Summary. Intro. Did you ever hear this growing up? Go to school. Get good grades. Get a secure job. Most people were taught that this was the path to financial success. And for some people, maybe it is. But according to Robert Kiyosaki, in Rich Dad's Cashflow Quadrant, there are two completely different financial worlds. On the left side, people work for money. On the right side, money works for them. The left side is built around security, paychecks, and trading time for income. The right side is built around systems, assets, cash flow, and leverage. One side often leads to survival. The other can lead to financial freedom. And understanding the difference can completely change the direction of your life. Takeaway 1. The cash flow quadrant. Kiyosaki explains that there are 4 main ways people make income: employee, self-employed, business owner, investor. Each quadrant has a different mindset. The employee mindset says, I'm going to work hard, impress my boss, and build security. The self-employed mindset says, nobody can do this better than me, so I'll do it myself. The business owner mindset says, how do I find people smarter than me to build and run the system? And the investor mindset says, how do I get my money to work for me? The employee. Employees value stability, predictable income, benefits, security. The employee mindset often says, I want a secure, well-paying job. There's nothing wrong with this path, but there's a trade-off. If the employee stops working, the income usually stops too. The self-employed person wants the freedom to work when they want to. They want to be their own boss. This includes tradesmen, freelancers, consultants, and small business operators. But many self-employed people become trapped inside the business because if they stop working, everything slows down. They often own a job, not a true system. The business owner. The business owner thinks differently. Instead of doing everything personally, they build systems, teams, processes, structure. The business can continue operating without them being involved every minute. The business owner mindset says, how do I build something bigger than myself? This is where leverage begins. The investor. The investor focuses on assets, businesses, real estate, investments, cash flow producing systems. The investor mindset says, how can money work for me? This is the highest level of leverage. Instead of only relying on labor, they rely on assets. Left side versus right side. The left side of the quadrant is built around active income. You work, and you get paid. But when you stop working, the income often stops too. The right side is different. The goal becomes systems, assets, leverage, and cash flow. This is where financial freedom begins. Because, eventually, money starts working harder than you do. Takeaway 2. OPT and OPM. One of the most important concepts in the book is OPT and OPM. Other people's time. Other people's money. The left side of the quadrant mostly relies on personal effort. The right side learns leverage. Business owners use other people's time. Investors use other people's money. This is one of the biggest differences between working for money and building wealth. Takeaway 3. The pros and cons. Every quadrant has advantages and disadvantages. Employees often have stability, lower risk, and predictable income. But they can also become trapped trading time for money. The self-employed have more control, but often work longer hours with more pressure. Business owners can build freedom through systems, but they must manage people, risk, and uncertainty. Investors can create passive income and long-term wealth, but investing also requires education, discipline, and risk management. No quadrant is perfect, but the right side of the quadrant offers the greatest leverage. Takeaway 4. Breaking the addiction. Kiyosaki explains that people become psychologically attached to their quadrant. Employees become comfortable with security. Self-employed people become attached with doing the best job themselves. And many people fear risk, failure, and uncertainty. But the biggest growth often happens outside comfort. The educational system teaches people to avoid mistakes. But business owners and investors learn through mistakes. The people who take the most action often make the most mistakes. But over time, they also gain the most experience. Thomas Edison reportedly failed thousands of times before creating the light bulb. When asked about failure, he said, I found thousands of ways that did not work. That is the mindset shift required to move to the right side of the quadrant. Kiyosaki also explains that there are levels to investing. Some people have nothing to invest. Some save money. Others are too busy to learn investing and hand control to someone else. Then there are investors who begin educating themselves and making their own decisions. And, finally, the highest level investors combine business systems, assets, OPT, and OPM. These investors understand leverage at the highest level. Cashflow Quadrant is not just a book about money. It is a book about mindset, freedom, systems, risk, and opportunity. Most people spend their lives trading time for money, but others learn how to build systems, acquire assets, use leverage, and create long-term freedom. The question is not, which quadrant is best? The question is, which life do you want to build? Because financial freedom is not built accidentally. It is built through education, action, discipline, and long-term thinking. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this summary, continue the journey with a Better Man plan. Available on Apple and Android. We've selected 260 of the world's best books across health, wealth, fatherhood, relationships, and self-improvement, and turned them into a 4-year program designed to help you become a better man. Every 30 days, one new book unlocks in each category, giving you time to learn the key lessons. Read the full book if you choose, and put what you learn into your life. 260 books, 5 areas of your life, 4 years of becoming better. Download a Better Man plan today. Better than yesterday, every day.